I condemning these people or their outfits? No, okay, that's not my job. I don't care what they wear. What I'm saying is that people sometimes often post things knowing full well what the internet response is going to be. That is a thing that happens. And on Instagram and on X, if you get enough views and you get enough likes to do this, then you are able to get some sort of a payout or spread your message far and wide, and you're able to make a name for yourself and become great. And some people might hear me say that and say that as some sort of a criticism. No, all I'm saying is I acknowledge the fact that people do things for clicks and for attention and for money, and not that may not only be the driving factor, but it is something that you know in the back of your mind. That is something that happens. That is a thing that happens. That is a thing that people do. We know that it happens. We know that people rage bait. I rage bait. A lot of people rage bait as well. And it's not a wrong thing that happens to say that it's happening. That, of course, brings us to this now viral post over on X with over 33 million views. What does it have now? 35.1 million views. And it's just him talking about how his wife used to, sin, and now she doesn't sin anymore. And then he attached this picture below. And, the internet, unrightfully so, I am completely on his side. God can, of course, change someone's heart. You can go in and marry them. But the internet, unrightfully so, eviscerated him for this. And then the people, his defenders, you have defenders in the comments here as well. It's basically 50-50 split. But once again, I must take the secret third option. So you have people on the internet who are saying, congratulations, but that's not a good thing. They're saying that the wife should have just, stayed home, stayed off the internet. Actually, there's like three trains of thoughts that are going here right now. Okay, I'm not going to read this entire essay of a post. Okay, but anyway, there are three trains of thoughts right now. The people like the Defiant Baptist and evangelical dark web and all these kind of tradish kind of people this woman shouldn't have gotten married. She's farming for clicks. She should stay off the internet. And then people mocking her appearance as well. Things that we are not going to show. Now that's option number one. Option number two is the people are saying, God can obviously do lots of great things. He can transform you. Congratulations. But, maybe you shouldn't have posted this on the internet. And then option three are his people defending, saying, yeah, guys, God can change the situation. It's amazing and great that you posted it. That is the camp in which I fall in. However, I also fall in the camp that Taylor Sheets is an intelligent man. He is an intelligent man, and he knew full well what these camps are going to do. If anyone has spent 5 seconds on this website, you would know full well this is what was going to happen. And it was right in the middle of this battle that's been going on right now. He just kind of accentuated it. And what happened, guys? The second camp exploded. The second camp, which is led by Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, basically said, well, that's great, but you probably shouldn't have posted this. But they put it in their own show. Okay, they put it in their own show. Not the B did a report on this, and they basically said, well, it's great, but you probably shouldn't have posted it to all the internet. It was at 25 million people when this aired. But when they wrote their article. Dude, and I read through that post, and I was like, oh my gosh, the comments. Even before I checked the comments, you can smell the comments coming from a mile away, just like you could smell the comments in those Instagram reels. It's an innate skill that every 7th grader has. When you just see something and you can just smell the comments. People comment that they can smell the comments from weeks away. Yeah, I could smell the comments like last week. That's a thing that happens. If I can smell the comments, and if I was reading this, I was like, oh, well, I know this is going to trend. And I could see everything that was going to happen. I was correct. I was correct about what was going to happen. I called it. I predicted it. I knew this was going to go viral. I knew the kind of criticisms that he was going to get. And I knew this was going to happen. If I could see that, little old me, just a podcast, if I could see that, you mean to tell me that he couldn't see this? You don't think that he knew this was going to spark attention? This guy is a genius level social media marketer for Christians. Genius. Because it gets every single thing. You got the people who are against redemption. That's like the evangelical dark web style of people who think that women should be off the internet. You hit that. Then, of course, you hit, talking about your sin, telling your testimony. You hit that. People like testimonies. People like dramatic testimonies and conversions. And then you hit the people who obviously are going to be attacking you, which means you're obviously going to have, and that's in the case of me, most people are going to have defenders. And when 30 million people see something, you're going to have some defenders. And these defenders are going to go out and defend you because they feel like they're defending some aspect of their religion. So it's even going to be even more hyper, even more great. It was the perfect storm. You mean to tell me that someone accidentally lucked into a trending topic on X That was the most strategic post I've ever seen in my lifetime? You mean to tell me that wasn't strategic? No, I do not doubt his intelligence. I respect his intelligence far too much. Far too much to claim that this wasn't strategic. Oh, it's just an act of luck. It was an act of God. I didn't know this was going to happen. You don't have to pretend to be humble. I'm not saying he's pretending to be humble, but other people are saying that this. No, no, no. This was an act of strategy. Strategy. That's what this was. And this was the greatest strategy I have ever seen in my lifetime, and I fully and completely endorse it. So this is not a criticism. This is just an acknowledgement of the fact that people actually strategize in their lives. This was strategy. He knew. He knew. You know that meme, does he know? Oh, he knew. Oh, he knew. He knew. He knew so far well. Yes, sir. He knew. In any case, I mean, this was the greatest post I've ever seen. But it also goes to show that Christians on the internet will argue about nonsense. You know? And I'm going to be taking this test, hope you guys can see this on the screen, to show you the utter and sheer ridiculousness of this test. Because it shows us that people are arguing over fine minutia nonsense that does not matter at the end of the day. Nonsense with like flowery, extra special language, stuff that does not matter. When they either could be out evangelizing, witnessing, doing all that other stuff. Oh, God to the world, blah 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 blah. Right. Okay, great. We got our songs and in Sunday school lessons out the way. You guys could be doing that, and it's great for the people to do that. Or you guys could be doing something else. You could be using this shared common faith, instead of fighting over whatever the heck this is on this test, and you using that to build something great here on earth. And this is going to sound bad, control something. Build your own little empire. To do something useful. That's what Taylor is out there doing. Strategic posts. I mean, he has been mentioned on Daily Wire, not to be, by Megan Basham as a defender, by all of these huge outlets, for free. For free. And he started, it's not even a, Calvinism debate or something. No, this is the most viral image I've ever seen in my life. All right, now let's take the test. I'm going to show you how ridiculous this test is. I hope you guys can see this on the screen. What is the primary 18 questions of this? And we're going to start off with some basic questions, and it's just going to go down to just like fine minutia nonsense that no one cares about. All right, what is the primary source of Christian truth? Now, this could be a trick question.